What's up out there? Welcome back to some more Melvor Idle Hardcore. This is Gen 2 and we are on episode 82, pushing into the expansion combat portion, and I am so happy to be at this point. So, over the last few days, I know it's not been that long since the last video came out for Hardcore anyway, but I pushed Herblore up to 118. I don't remember where I started, but this one was kind of a chore to get worked up. In fact, I had to run a lot of potions on here that I didn't really care about. Like, I wanted to do some of this enkindled stuff, but I didn't have the charcoal for it. And I think I ended up running a lot of gem detectors, and well, I'd have to go look in the bank space here, but I ran a lot of potions I didn't really want to. Gem detectors, and let's see, I've got a lot of the traps potions, probably the multi-cooker I ran more than I wanted to, and the adaptive defense. But I actually had all the materials for those, so I was able to run those a lot longer and get up to 118. Now, the reason I wanted to get up to 118 is because that's the last item that unlocks. So I only have 2 more levels to go, and as I generate more materials, once I got to 118, now I can do the alt magic potions. I was not able to do that until I hit 118, so now I can use that to push into 120. But like the enkindled yields, I need to get charcoal for. The blacksmith potion I used, but I kept running out of this moonwort, so I got to let that stack up again. I wanted to make more of the reaper potions, but I ran out of the moonwort again. And then I wanted to do more area controls, but I lost a lot of jungle spores. So I got this up to 118. It was a very big struggle to get there because I used everything I had, and even if it was lesser potions that weren't generating as much XP, I pushed until I got to 118, and I think that's a good stopping point for now. I also got cooking up to 112. I just was trying to get some other things done in the background, so I just put the best fish that I could cook at the time and pushed it and got it up a little bit further. Well, one other thing to note on the Herblore is I got all the potions up to 90. So everything in here is going to be generating a tier 4 potion from this point forward. And it also let me upgrade all of the potions from tier 1s to 2s to 3s to 4s, and then sell off all the lesser than 4 stuff. So I have all these locked in at 4s, and we'll just upgrade whatever comes out. You know, if I'm running this, the Herblore potion that creates all the different tiers. So anyway, that pretty much locks down Herblore aside from hitting 120, which won't be a big deal. I got cooking up to 112. No real goal here because I don't really need food. I have 117,000 whales with another 100,000 of this carrot cake, so I don't really need a whole lot of food at the moment. And I don't know, it just kind of is what it is. So cooking is more to just kind of push things along of an evening. Then I sat down and I started looking at going back into combat. So I redid all of my obstacles in here to put things to where something was like combat oriented, like obstacle 3. I think I already had coal stones. I had to change over the cliff balance, the rocky waters. I think the boulder trap one I had to switch over. I kept this or switched this to, my 2 choices would be boulder trap or water trap, but I don't want to take that XP hit, so I just switched it over to the preserve resources. Right now, I'm not creating anything, so it doesn't matter. Raft building, took that one for the hit points and damage reduction. Ice jump, I usually like to have that one because it gives you the 20 hit points. I don't remember if there's anything else in there. Ocean rafting. And then I started going down here. I switched over to the Pillar of Combat and the Elite Pillar of Conflict. This one actually cost 24,000, I think, Divinite bars. So I had to take a detour and make Divinite bars. I think I had to go in there and cook some other stuff. This one here, I want to switch to obstacle 14. I was looking at, what was I looking at? There was one of these I was waiting to change, and I thought I was waiting on Slayer level. Maybe not this one. Maybe I just left this one alone. Yeah, I guess I just left this one alone. I did not want, I thought about switching it over to here to get the thieving stuff, but then, because there's not really anything else, but you take this massive hit to doubling items. The astrology one, there's no point to switch to that. Global evasion, I didn't really want to lose the, although I could switch to this one. I'm just waiting on 100 or 110 magic. This one, minus 10% damage to, oh, this is the one. This is the one right here. I'm waiting to get Gap Climb because I'm starting to do a lot of Slayer tasks. So this one takes a hit to dungeon monsters, but you get your Slayer area negation and all that. I went ahead and mined out the Auguite. All I'm waiting to do is hit level 110 in Slayer. So I guess I could have looked at my handy dandy notebook and seen that I have that. I did get the Elite Pillar done, so I can take this one off the list. And all I'm waiting on is 110 Slayer. That will give me some further Slayer area negation. I think I have everything picked. I think. There might be some others in here, but I looked at some of this other stuff and I was like, yeah, I don't really want to lose Slayer coins or hit points or I don't know, there was some other stuff that looked kind of nasty and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I built this as it is, and this is kind of what I'm going to go with. Then I sat down and I said, you know what? I want to get into combat. I spent some time in the jungle here killing off this hungry plant. I killed this thing a lot because he drops carrion bark and jungle spores. And I used up all the mushrooms, basically. I used up those things completely. And now I have 20,000 of them. I need to lock these in place, in fact. So wherever those are, I have a ton of them. I got a bunch of this carrion bark. So I think I need to get my ranged leveled up. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just need the carrion bark. What's this thing take? 110. So I can create the carrion gear now. I don't know that I can upgrade it though. So I'll probably have to spend some more time gathering more carrion bark, but that'll be done when I start doing the ancient sanctuary. So I'm not terribly concerned. I was kind of wanting to get into this gear. And I may go grind some of those guys out. But then I thought, okay, I need to go into, and get my levels up for defense. So I worked on strength a little bit, and then I worked on defense, and obviously now I'm at 112. I think I was like 108 or something like that. Now I have, and I'd have to run away from this, but I have the divinite gear. Or the divine gear. I've got all the divine gear on, and that took care of that. So once I hit 110, I was able to go craft the divine gear and then go back into combat and fight and get more of the carrion bark and the spores and all that stuff. So that worked out. And then I ended up at a defensive 112. So worked up the strength side of combat a little bit, worked up the defense side. What I really need to start doing is working up attack, because I think that's where some of the higher tier swords are going to be. Is like 110 or something like that. I think 110 is kind of where I need to be with all these skills. So that's what I'm working on. And of course, right now I'm working on magic. So I smithed up the divine gear. I spent a lot of quality time in that spot killing off these hungry plants. And then at some point I thought, all right, I want to raise up my magic. So I went but I also ran out of prayer points. That was the key. I had spent a lot of time killing off stuff, and then I ran out of prayer points, and I was like, all right, I got down to a few 100,000 prayer points. It was low. It wasn't necessarily out, but low. So I came in here to alt magic, which is very powerful. I went into this holy invocation and used all the medium urns I had created, and then went into holy invocation 1 and used a bunch of these. And I now have 8 million prayer points. So I'm pretty well set on prayer points for a while. And that actually got me a level of magic up. So now I'm at 109. So that'll be coming up soon. And yeah, so I just hit that. And so that'll be coming up fairly soon. So that's kind of where I'm at. And then I decided I was going to keep working on magic. So I tooled up to fight these guys. And I was looking at this stuff over here. Like, I could go get these Conga Meadows, but I think I've already got the Fletcher gloves. I need to work on the perfect sight legs. So I'll have to do that. And this one's got the bundled protection, so I can go get those too. And I believe I've already got a start for all these. There's the perfect sight and there's the bundled protection. So I just need to finish those off. But I thought, you know what? I can go in here and get these burning protection ones. I was trying to find a place that I could fight something melee. And that's where I landed on these things. And I started going down through the list and saw this and said, all right, we'll get some burning protection stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. So basically going forward, this is what I'm going to be doing, is sitting in combat, working on the various skills, leveling everything up. And I think what I want to push towards is to be able to, well, of course we need to beat the underground lava lake once at least, and unlock all the, start going down through this daisy chain of events. But I want to be able to I wanted to get to the point where I could gear up and go through the ancient sanctuary and idle that. So that's kind of what I was gearing up towards with all this stuff. And of course, getting all the other the ranged and magic leveled up so that I could equip the best gear that I can craft at the moment and allow me to idle some of these areas. So that's kind of what I've been working on. I have not pushed into the other Slayer tasks yet, like the legendary or whatever. I haven't pushed into these at all yet. I need to, but I haven't got there yet. I need to get this gear upgraded, but they're fairly difficult, and I want to kind of go a little bit slower and level up before I really push into that too far, because I don't want to lose this character. So that is where we are. A lot of good progress, actually. A lot of good progress in a little short time, and going forward, just going to be more combat and leveling. So that will do it for this one. We will catch you in the next one. Take care.